do, 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 do. Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals. This is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight, I'm joined on mic by Tyler.
Hello.
And we got Brandykatz off to the side.
Hello.
Tonight, we are streaming Painting Werther for Steam. This is a Steam exclusive game. I think it should eventually get released at least on the Switch, maybe other things. It is played with a mouse, like completely, but Steam has good controller support, so you can just use an analog stick to move the stick around. So, Painting Werther. Tyler, what is Painting Werther based on?
Those little candies, those little butterscotch candies.
Man, those things are delicious. No, they're caramels, aren't they?
Werther's
Oh, I don't know.
Originals.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough to start eating those yet.
Dude, they have chewy ones.
I'm getting there.
They don't have holes in case you suffocate.
Ooh, so there should be holes. All right. So they want me to click and drag across here. Let's see what that does.
Paint him.
Ah, we're filling in the details on this drawing.
Based on a novel by Robert Louis Stevenson.
Not Robert Louis Stevenson, you goof. Yeah, so this is based on a German novel, a very famous one from 1774, wasn't it?
Something
Or
about
America was
1700s.
America.
That's true, but the first English version was published in 1779, so we were America at that point.
Yay.
And we were
That's
already
how we had the
concerned
printing
that
press.
children should be able to own assault rifles at that point.
Yeah.
It's built into our Constitution.
We tried to ban the book. It was the first book that was ever banned in America.
That's true. So I'm filling in the details here. This is an adventure game based on this famous novel, and the novel, it's received a lot of movie adaptations and plays and such. Like, for instance, like currently or in the last couple of years, there's been a big play version in Korea for sure. South Korea, not North Korea. But
Dude, what
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
they don't
it?
have food in North Korea, let alone plays.
What a-
very fair. Or maybe they have plays for just the elite.
Yeah.
Dear Wilhelm. Okay, so Tyler, you read the summary of what the book is?
Yeah, I perused the summary.
Okay, so what briefly can you tell us? What's the concept of the book?
It was something about a guy who was in love,
Yes, Werther.
and something about
Okay.
the girl's mom died or something. And that
No!
bothered him.
Ah, what am I doing? How glad I am that I'm gone, and now I'm like painting over my drawing of myself.
Oh.
So the guy in the story is a painter, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and anyway, he has an unrequited love with a lady who is engaged to be married. And I mean,
That'll
like,
happen.
yeah, he's like 24, and he is deeply in love with her, and they're friends, and he's even friends with the fiance, the guy. So it's a really difficult situation for him emotionally. And I think that's why it caught on so hugely, apparently, like with Europeans, European readers. It's just like everybody's liked or loved somebody in the past that didn't love them back, And it's frustrating, isn't it, Tyler?
So frustrating.
Isn't that the very situation you have with your girlfriend, if I remember correctly?
Literally exactly. Maybe I should read this book for some tips.
I don't know if you want to follow the tips, Tyler, because it does end with him deciding that the love triangle can only be resolved by one of them going away forever.
No
From
longer
life.
existing.
Yes, exactly. So it is a sad ending. And, geez, this would be a lot easier with a mouse. But it's a pretty picture, isn't it? What do you think, Brandy?
I don't know. It was there, and then they made it dark,
Ah,
and
he
then
blinked.
it's back again.
Ah, he's looking at the ink splotches. There's more ink splotches. There's some kind of collectibles if you click in the right spots, apparently.
If
But
he didn't look on you.
oh, you Wilhelm, the best of friends. And Javorst pointed out the first U.S. book banning, Tyler. Quincy, Massachusetts. Friggin' Puritans, man. Yeah, Puritan government. Yeah. As bad as America,
bare ankles.
as bad as or divided, as America currently is. Just remember that we mostly started as Puritans, and those people were truly awful, insufferable, uptight bigots.
You just want to see her ankles.
So, anyway, the book is apparently a series of letters from Werther to his friend Wilhelm, to leave you, whom I love, from whom I was inseparable. They're using whom correctly, so that's really nice. And to be happy.
Wait,
Do you ever use whom in your... Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to use the whole book, is it? I can't stay after what happened with poor Lenore.
I don't think so.
Oh, here's a girl.
Lenore is the name of the
Raven?
Yeah, the girl in the Raven.
It's not the actual Raven's name?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so. He's just remembering Lenore, and then the Raven comes and bugs him.
I've taught the Raven 2 years in a row, so I think...
Something about bird infestation, I believe, is the main theme of that.
You're right, and like how it can drive you crazy.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. Well, I was flirting with her sister. Flirting with her sister. Yeah, this is a point-and-click adventure game. But it's kind of unique. And yes, I am playing it Icky.
Yeah, he's already playing it Icky.
There
wasn't even a menu to surf through.
Well, there actually was a little settings menu, but I looked at it earlier, so there's no point in looking at it again. Yeah, I'm not completely innocent. I had to make sure that I could control it with a controller. So, have I not nurtured her passion myself? I don't... Uh-oh. No, I'm just splattering ink everywhere. Okay. Brandy doesn't approve of the ink splatters.
This is weird.
Remember Mario Paint? That was a good paint.
Now it's a Warsaw painting or whatever.
A Rorschach.
Right, Rorschach. There we go.
Yeah, it makes me want to watch Watchmen again.
I need to watch the HBO version still.
Yeah, me too. See, I want to show Brandy the movie because the HBO version does take place after it, even though they're apparently widely different in quality.
What are we talking about?
Watchmen.
Yeah, isn't the HBO show actually good?
Yeah, even though it's written by Damon Lindelof, who is not a good writer.
Your favorite.
Oh, that friggin' guy.
He wrote Lost.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't he?
Yes, he wrote Lost.
And Alien Prometheus.
Star Trek Into Dumbness. Wasn't he No, he wasn't one of the ones on
Into Dumbness?
But
is that what you said?
Yeah, but no, it's Prometheus. You're right, it's Prometheus. I
thought he did Into Dumbness too.
He may have actually, because I know Orky and Kurtzman were the main guys on Into Dumbness, but it could have been Lindelof too, for all I know.
But that part where Alice Eve takes her shirt off for no reason,
classic.
Perfect. Damon Lindelof and Alex Kurtzman were the producers. Written by Kurtzman and Lindelof.
Oh, Kurtzman and Lindelof. Okay. Then my original instinct was right. Tell my mother that everything will be fine and she'll hear from me as soon as possible. Yeah, guys, so a lot of times Saturday Game School just features whatever Xbox games we can get codes for, regardless of genre or anything like that. I'm very well here. Look how pretty that is. Well, this is a PC game that I just wanted to play and wanted to show everybody, so I'm fortunate that the indie developer Mad Cream Games said yes, and that Tyler allows me to play this.
Yeah, sometimes we have to fill Paul's passion projects.
Yeah, just at least occasionally I should be able to play what I want, right?
But we're talking about Lost for the whole stream.
Do you like the whole story of Lost, Tyler?
Yeah, Lost is fine. It's messy.
It has a very bad ending that obviously they hadn't thought of in advance.
I mean, I like the ending.
Wow, Tyler, wow.
So yeah, it's good.
Quiet existence.
The later seasons I actually like more than the earlier stuff.
That's crazy, and Javorce is agreeing with you too.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Lost
mostly suffers from being a show that had to exist when they needed 23 episodes a season for like 5 seasons. Because it drags and it introduces characters that don't really need to exist for any specific reason and stuff like that.
What I'm doing, Brady.
But it's overall pretty.
Surely you do agree that not having thought of where the plot was going in advance was also a detriment.
Probably. I think a lot of shows do that. But then you have a show like Breaking Bad, who like had everything planned out ahead of time, and it was just like really predictable. So it's not always great either way.
Interesting.
I want a happy trees, man. Give me some happy trees.
Wow, Javor's has seen it 4 times over. Yeah, you know, our old friend of the stream, now enemy due to being an insane person, Matt Young, he was really into Lost. He just loved it to death.
He gets very into the things he gets into.
That is true. And that includes being crazy. Very into that.
I like the impressionist
Ooh,
painting.
yeah, look at the... I mean, this game... This is what attracted me to the game, because I didn't know about the novel thing before we got ready for the stream. But, yeah, it's just a beautiful game about beautiful paintings, so how can I say no to that? I love me some impressionism. That says my darling. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, we're giving away a different game from the same developer. Like, the actual copy of this game will be a grand prize in round 3, but you can win a different game from them right now, and why wouldn't you want that? It's also very artistic and creative. They're just a unique studio, Tyler. Look, I'm pulling the sun up.
Yes, you are.
Why? And it has to be the sun. You can't
Will it
click
go
on
in the
anything
dark?
else.
Like, can you pull it up enough that it becomes night? Because then you're like changing time, and that's kind of cool.
Oh, crap. How am I supposed to pull it up any higher than that?
There you go.
Yeah, you should be able to click and drag anywhere on the sky, not just right there.
Maybe you can
Please
with
tell me there's
a
somewhere else
mouse.
I can click. Well, how can the mouse go above the screen?
There's a skeleton in the tree.
Where?
Right there.
That?
Yes, it looks like
I
a
don't know
skeleton.
that. Good luck, Heaven Smile. Hey, look, Tyler, Heaven Smile's here.
Oh, hey, Heaven Smile. The one person who comes to the Discord more than the stream.
I know. Heaven Smile's like, I don't want to chat in the stream because I can't share animated GIFs. That's exactly what
You
he
saw the... You
GIFs.
saw... That's the secret. You're not supposed to tell a secret.
Uh-oh. Seriously, this may actually prevent us from going. What am I supposed to do now?
Secret.
Does right click do anything? No. So they want me to pull the sun up higher than the screen is. I feel like maybe I should have adjusted the resolution. Apparently it wasn't all on screen. Okay, we got menu. Bring me up that menu. Yes. Oh man, we better be able to jump back into that. Okay, we're going to adjust the screen resolution to something that's closer to this, hopefully. Oh look, nothing changed. We're trying 1280 by 720 specifically. The Steam Deck's resolution, Tyler, is 1280 by 800 or something like that. No, Javors, I have not gone back for a rewatch. Continue. Okay, let's try again. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me go through that whole part up until then? I'm very well here. I'm not very well here, Tyler, if we can't get past this one part.
Yeah. It's tough when a point-and-click book gives you trouble.
We read a Wikipedia page for this. I'm so happy, my friend, in my quiet existence. I want to be happy. Go, Heaven Smile.
This is why unrequited love is not good for you.
I guess so. What's that?
Because if it was requited, he would be with her and not trying to pull the sun up.
Maybe you're right. Stop pulling the sun up everywhere, you jerk.
Sorry.
It's interesting because was that middle part impressionist? Maybe so. It's going by really fast.
What happens if you don't clear it? If you don't clear it, does it just...
So is this the game you're giving away?
I'm just curious.
For the grand prize. It's
Just the grand prize.
I said earlier, we have a different game from the developer that we're giving away for rounds 1 and 2.
Oh.
There's a skeleton again.
Oh, you're assuming I listened to you.
Tyler, you put in so much work, and it's greatly appreciated.
I don't see a skeleton.
You don't wear a bikini.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a skeleton to me. She's just interpreting it.
Nope, looks like a skeleton.
That's true. If we were to put like maybe we should have like a bikini girl as an overlay, and that would hold Tyler's interest.
That would be smart. You should do that. And like for the tile image or something.
Yeah, why not? Or we could take off my picture and just put the animated bikini girl there.
Good. My stream
AI
froze.
thing. That's not good. I mean, it was working up until now. Okay, so this is the hard part.
Maybe you're supposed to pull it down.
I'm pulling it down. Yeah, let's see what that does. Maybe that's it. Oh, look, that was what we were supposed to do. I was doing the wrong thing. Whoa, look at that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, because now it's going...
It's genuinely such a pretty game.
I told you it was going to be night.
You called it, love. I have never... Look! Hey, look at that. I love that painting. I've never been a greater artist than now, but I cannot draw, nor can I paint a single stroke. Tyler was just talking about strokes earlier.
Yeah, I love that band.
Exactly. Why can I impress on paper what inflames my desire so much?
Inflames my desire.
Yeah. Is that like the same thing as flames my desire? You know, like flammable and inflammable?
Sure.
This vast universe can't stage yourself. It could be. Tyler, where do you land on Vincent van Gogh? Or Van Gogh?
I like Vincent van Gogh. He's Dutch, so am I. So I like all the Dutch painters.
Oh, cool. He is my favorite painter.
Nice.
So, yeah. And, like, he just had such a tragic life, you know? Like, if I read or think about it enough, I'll cry.
That's what you use for your method acting.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent.
Cuts his ear off. Let me breathe. Okay, what do I do to... I don't know what I'm doing. You're just kind of clicking around to figure out what to do.
Look, his pen.
How many times have I needed Homer's writings? Like the Odyssey?
Yeah.
Homer Simpson.
Don't have a cow, man.
Don't.
That's what Homer says, right?
Don't.
That's right. That's Homer.
Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm just making him right. To extinguish the burning of my blood.
Burning blood is bad.
Yeah.
You should see a doctor.
Tyler said he had kind of a burning feeling after his date the other day. I don't know what he meant by that. Come on.
I told him to go to the doctor.
So what have you been up to this week, Tyler?
Did some work. I got my car back. Because remember, it got smashed up, so I got my car back.
Yeah. Lucky we still don't have ours back.
I know.
Did some work. Last weekend there was a big Funko Pop swap type thing event. So I went to that for most of the weekend, and so then I played some of Graveyard Keeper. That's kind of a fun game.
Apparently you're hooked on it, aren't you? I've seen you play it multiple times.
That's right.
How long is it?
That's about it. It's quite long. It's kind of like Stardew Valley style game.
Oh, gotcha. Yikes.
Burning in my blood.
I probably would if I had 10 times more free time.
Yeah.
Come on, come on. Man, our audience does not approve. Come on, guys. We can talk about things. Tyler was just talking about his week. What have you been watching this week, Tyler? Seriously, this is driving me crazy. Stop making me... Oh, I had to click on the words that time. I wish I would tell you.
Yeah, I don't
tell you. Ginger,
I don't think I've watched anything besides that 70s show.
Star Trek Picard just had a great finale, Tyler.
Oh my god, it did.
I'm way behind.
Yeah, well, you know, I probably told you before, the first 4 episodes are quite good, and then I would argue it starts to trickle down in quality.
Uh-huh.
But the final episode did kind of, you know, you could tell they kind of wrote with the final episode in mind, so there's a bit of wheel spinning or whatever to work their way to it. But unlike Lost, but it is a good finale that anybody who likes Next Generation will enjoy. Yay, we got a trophy. Ah, what's happening? I must have some appeal to men.
What?
Yep, he's a cutie, all right. Seeing the eagerness with which they seek my friendship. Oh. It's like, why can't more women want my friendship? They're dangling from my lips. Wow, this is accidentally erotic.
Wow, yeah, that was like, okay then.
Oh, Thyrenia says she likes Graveyard Keeper too, Tyler.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wherever I go, I feel observed.
Or at least a little bit before its time. Like, if it released now, it might be a little bit more popular. Now that things like Stardew Valley have caught on.
I mean, it came out after Stardew Valley, didn't it?
Y'all are making me wonder what this thing is.
Maybe not.
I could swear it's after. I think I own it on Xbox Live. I'll have to check. Wherever I go, I feel observed, and the eye is like following the mouse cursor around. Oh, and I can move it around.
I need to. I need to find something to play, but I have another week before I can actually.
Well, you need to play the 2 games that I recently got for you. Brandy and I have Dead Island 2, Tyler, and we haven't even played it yet. Oh, look at that one. That one's really pretty.
I'm again going to tell you that it's a week until EOC crap's over.
I know. Others have said before me that life is just a dream. Oh, I like the fireballs, divorce. Hey, guys, our subscribers have access to some new emojis. Why don't you guys, who are subscribers, try them out?
Her hand is creepy.
No, it's neat. She's playing a...
Her hand is creepy.
She's spinning yarn or playing an instrument or something.
Her hand is creepy.
I disagree. What does it even mean to be alive? Just got a trophy that says that.
There you go.
Yay, Brandykatz showed off the one I'm most happy with. Check it out, Tyler.
There's also a horse.
Saturday Game School. That's cool.
I thought so.
Did they make it so you can have more or something?
Yeah, including, I think we can do 3 more animated ones too.
Interesting. No one's doing yours though.
Well, maybe they should. Thank you, Brandy Bell. Look, there's a new one. Your favorite Ninja Turtle, Tyler.
Yeah, but that's like a real creepy, weird-looking version of him.
It is.
It's the 2012 version, okay? It is really hard to find pictures of the turtles' faces with transparent backgrounds. Like, annoyingly hard. And deleting the background from a picture takes forever and is hard. So,
yeah.
If I had, like, Photoshop or something, I could do it more easily, but I'm doing it with a different program.
Paint.
But, yeah. But yeah, we got new Leo and Donatello emoji. So now we have an emoji for each of the 4 turtles.
Not Roth.
We already had Raph.
Not Michelangelo.
We already had Michelangelo.
Not Raphael.
There's no Raphael, you fool. There's a world similar to the exterior world, but invaded by a yearning I cannot explain.
Those yearnings?
Invaded by a burning I cannot explain.
Doctor.
When I pee.
Doctor.
I confess, Wilhelm, with no disgust. These are probably all lines from the book, aren't they?
I would think so.
That those who only live in the present time are happier. This is a really pretty picture, too. Evil Turtle / Darker Player says, I don't know, you could pretend that the black and white one is Slash. How about that? Because there's also the black and white turtle.
Yeah, Robot Turtle. What's his name?
Metalhead.
Yeah, him.
That would be a fun one. Like I said, the impediment or the obstacle is the transparent backgrounds.
You can just, what you do is you get in on paint, you zoom in really up close, and you get rid of all the little pixels.
That's
and you
what
do the
I
background
did.
all one color.
I had to do that for parts of the Donnie and Leo ones.
And that's still the Donnie you chose?
Yes, because it would have been even more work if it was a different one. But yeah. The 2012 Turtle show is actually really good, so people who really like turtles would still enjoy that. They'll always keep the sweet idea of eternal happiness.
What's that sound?
Just playing music, and maybe there's like a little sound effect for them eating. They can leave their prison
sounds
whenever
like
they
them
want.
peeing.
Oh no, they're pouring drinks and stuff. Look, see, she's got tea right here.
Sounds
Yeah.
like somebody was peeing.
With this game, they really tailored the audio to the artistic experience. Darkness is all that awaits them. I turned out the lamp. They know they can leave their prison whenever they want. Just like the residents of the state of Florida.
They like
Thank you,
there.
Sir Khalid, for showing off Raphael for Tyler, who forgot about him.
Oh, there's Ralph.
Ah.
Where's Mikey?
Let's represent all the turtles.
He's at our friend's house.
It's placed near a hill in the shadow of the 2 linden trees. What's a linden tree, Tyler?
It's a tree.
It has linder balls on it.
Linder balls, really?
Yeah.
There I painted a nice and interesting composition. I know we have a street here in town called Lindenberry, I think. Don't we have one?
I think so, yes.
Oh, there I painted a nice and interesting composition. And look, I'm painting it. How did you like art in school, Tyler?
What did you really?
Oh, I hated it.
Really?
Hated it.
Why?
Because art is dumb.
That is so not true, and you know it. What do rules do if not stifle, turn off the imagination? Tyler, didn't you used to do creative things with your hair? And my
I had a mohawk one time.
That's pretty creative.
Thank
You
you.
seem happy with it. I mean, that, creative things we adorn ourselves with are part of art. Same happen with love. You're just decorating yourself instead of a piece of paper.
Right.
Did you ever dye your hair cool colors?
Yeah, I bleached it blonde when I had the mohawk.
Oh, that's fun. I made an acquaintance that won my heart. Uh-oh, is this where he falls in love with the girl? I have met the kindest creature in the universe. Yeah, but she doesn't have a face. Or her neck's all twisted around. I am happy! So happy to have met her. Even though, by the way, she's taken. No words can portray how perfect the lady in my thoughts is. Oh, her head's turning. But it didn't turn all the way. Now it's a black screen, Tyler. So, we saw the new Evil Dead. What do you think of that series, T-Dog?
I think that I've only seen part of one of them.
Jeez, I can't believe you haven't seen them.
Yeah. Isn't the second one the better one than the first one?
Yes, the first one is scary, but it's very indie, you know?
Yeah.
Like, in part 2, it's still kind of indie, but much bigger budget and also quite funny, which makes it more fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Now, what are they on, like, part 9?
They are on the 5. The newest one is 5. Putting down my pens to leave and meet her. But
I heard one guy who was kind of disappointed by it and someone who said it was good. Maybe you were the one who said it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to see it again to fully formulate an opinion, you know, like, but I would say, like, to me it seemed like pretty high up there, like, very, very good. Keep looking to see how high the sun is. Hells yeah. Evil Dead is very funny, Icky says. He likes how the blood spill looks like you turn the... Yeah, well, this one has a lot of blood and vomit. Like, the possessed people, they vomit up so much white stuff, Tyler.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's grody. Like, that's part of the charm of the series. Like,
What?
I mean, it's not just like any other demon possession movie. Like, the way it expresses people being demon possessed is grosser and, to my mind, scarier than in your average other possession movie. Keep looking out the window to see how high the sun is. And people who are possessed are called deadites, by the way.
Ever.
Not that they say that word at all in this movie or the previous one, but it is what they're called. The last one was from 2013, so it's actually been 10 years. Can you believe it? And you still haven't seen it. Damn.
Wasn't that called something? Something Burst the Evil Dead or something?
No, that's the TV series. There was a TV series between.
That's right. That's what I'm getting confused with.
Yeah. I was not able to defeat my urges.
Dead.
Yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead, which, by the way, the series, I only watched the first season, but I didn't really like the writing, so I stopped after that season. And I think there's 3.
So, I didn't like it.
Brandy didn't like it, but Brandy doesn't appreciate horror films, unfortunately. No, Ash is not in the new one. What a joy for the soul. Ash was briefly in the 2013 version. It's not a spoiler to say that. It's been 10 years.
I wonder if it has anything to do with me not...
But he was in the show, right?
Yes, I mean, he stars in the show.
Yeah, he's the star.
Yeah, he's the producer of one of the producers of the new movie, but, you know, I was reading an interview, and he doesn't want to do that kind of stuff anymore, because it's very strenuous, and he's old. Trying to wind down, so... You know, like having to get all that stuff poured on you and just being goopy and doing physically difficult things all day.
I just tell him to CGI it in. It's all the same.
Oh God.
Yep.
I don't think there's very much CGI in what we watched. I think it was mostly practical.
Good. That's way better.
Yes, and some really freaky stuff, like just really disturbing stuff. You know, the first two. Tyler, one thing you might not have known is the second movie, the one everyone loves so much, is basically a remake of the first one. It's like weird how they did that. So then part 3, which is also called, you know, Army of Darkness, also called Medieval Dead. Well, that one's leans more into the comedy and it like greatly expands the lore and all that, but it's not remaking. It's just like what happens after. But then part 4 is basically a remake of 1 and 2 again with different people. Really. And then part 5, well, it's a very similar story, but different setting and different people. What was my point? Oh yeah, well, the first 2, they're like, you know, young adults going to a cabin in the woods and having bad things happen to them, right? and you don't feel that bad for them because they're adults and all that. But the new one, it is a family with 2 kids, you know, and
3 kids.
yeah, was it 3 kids?
It was 3 kids.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, 3 kids, and you know, some pretty horrible things happen, and like to me that does add to the horror element that it's, you know, like nobody's safe in this thing. It ups the ante, I would say. Beautiful and good-tempered, but indifferent. Sound too creepy, Tyler? Tell the truth.
Creeped out just by hearing about it.
Do you not like horror movies that much?
Not really. They're not for me. I mean, they're fine, but it's definitely not the genre I would choose to watch.
Too scary?
I agree with you.
And just don't care about, it's not exciting. I'd rather watch something funny or something interesting than something scary. I don't really care about if they're scary or not.
Well, I might have told you this before, but I don't like slasher movies myself.
Yeah, well, they're usually not very good.
Yeah, like the only point of them is killing people, right? It's like just an excuse to kill people. Well,
that's what this one was.
No, this one it's
no
about more than that.
Except, hey, let's get to some gory something being done.
Oh, it has a really cool lore, but I mean, like,
there's no lore.
You really want the people to make it through, and you really don't want them to suffer too much and all that. And
they do.
Well, they do, but it's not a slasher. It's different. Poor thing lost his father and is gone on a trip to find a decent job.
Wonder if you could play this game if you got assigned to read this book in school. You could just play the game and get enough out of it.
Or at least, like, I doubt it. But you think you'd be able to, like, write a paper about it or something. I mean, this is worthy of study. Upon reaching the backyard, the most beautiful spectacle that I've ever enjoyed was brought into view. Man, he really likes this girl. And also, look how beautiful that is. You know, whenever I play something that's just something that I want to play, you know, and it's not your average indie game, then it proves to be difficult to get our chatters to chat. Come on, guys.
Maybe you should play more interesting games. Maybe you should like more interesting games.
This is darn interesting. Look how beautiful it is. Beautiful young woman of medium height in a white robe with pink bows. Would you see all these great animated paintings and such?
Is Paul out of touch? No, it's the viewers who are wrong.
I'm going to call you wrong too. Can I say that? Sorry that I made you wait.
Can say it.
That's okay, Thyrenia. The chat isn't entirely your responsibility. Sir Khalid shares the burden.
It's only about 75% Thyrenia's fault.
I got so distracted getting dressed that I had forgotten to make dinner for the boys. My soul was absorbed in contemplating her face. This is some beautiful stuff about how he loves her, although, you know...
Yet she chose the other guy.
Well, she was already with the other guy. So when you're with somebody, you're not usually open to finding someone else. Charlotte spoke with great and new grace and every... Yep. Her beautiful black eyes appeared to shoot beams of intelligence. Shows she's smart. Icky is okay with horror. Asian horror, it kind of makes you predict what happens, especially... Yeah, the only thing I'll say about the Evil Dead thing and stupid decisions... Well, you have the one person who unleashes the demons and such, you know, like... That person is stupid, but you need that or you can't have the story happen. But also the family that is, you know, attacked by the demons, they do make the dumb horror movie mistake of separating from each other sometimes so that, you know, then when you come back to someone, oh look, they're possessed now, etc. You know, and like, why would you not completely stick together in that situation?
So they can have a movie.
I mean, you still could have the movie. You just wouldn't have the particular kind of scares that it does when it comes back to those people. Yep, that's true, Dark Player. Army of Darkness, we mentioned earlier. But the real title of it, you know, the title they would have used was Medieval Dead, and that's a better name. Stopped in front of the dance house. No, Army of Darkness is not supposed to be scary.
No,
like we could watch Army of Darkness as a family and not even have to worry about it because It's just not a horror movie. I got out of the carriage not knowing what I was doing. I was so wrapped up in that fantastic world.
I don't think a game or a movie should be called a horror movie if it's not a horror.
It is horror. Wolfie, you sound very stout, my friend. But for this particular movie, like some of the shocking imagery, like really stuck with me. Like when I would wake up in the middle of the night and stuff last night, you know, I'm like thinking of certain scenes and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be dwelling on that stuff. I'm trying to sleep. I can barely hear the music.
You're right with my hand enough.
Well, I wanted to protect you after all.
I didn't need protection.
Icky likes Thailand and Korean horror. Thai horror, that must be interesting. I don't know, Icky. You guys have those hopping
Parasite
vampires.
a horror movie? Korean horror movie? Maybe it's just more of a drama.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it's a drama or a thriller, but not horror.
Okay. I think that's the only Korean movie I've seen.
That director made an actual horror movie called The Host, though. That's the same director.
I think that's what I'm going to get confused with. Yeah.
It's many minuets.
I like The Host and Parasite because the names are even the same.
That's true. They are quite similar. I had to put up with several couples of the most clumsy. Can you call someone of the most clumsy?
Yes.
Japanese horror is good. Icky says, the only thing I don't like about Asian horror is too often everyone loses. You know, like, it just everyone is screwed. And, like, for me, I strongly prefer for someone to make it out. Charlotte and her companion started an English quadrille.
I'm going to Google it because I don't remember. I didn't like Parasite as much as everyone else did.
You know, it's funny. I bought it on streaming right when it came out on streaming, and I've never watched it. Really should. That's my joy when she had to do the figure with me.
I watched figure. Hulu.
Ah, well, you're ahead of me on that one at least, Tyler. Darker Player says Ghostwire, the movie, would be like a Japanese scary movie. That is true. Have you played Ghostwire Tokyo yet, Tyler?
Nah. I think it's on PlayStation Super Plus or whatever they call that, though, now.
Oh, but you don't have the highest tier?
I do.
Well, then why not?
Well, there's lots of things to play and do in life.
Yeah, like, for instance, Kung Fury.
Oh, yeah, I did download it.
That's a start.
It's ready to be played.
You know, if you didn't want it, you could have told me and I would have given it to somebody else.
It's right on my crossbar.
I'll assume that's a good thing. Alright, what the heck do I have to click? Music's pretty. Nice classical music.
Well, we're talking about a quadrille after all.
I watched The Haunting of Hill House. That's a scary show, but it's American.
Is that the one from Netflix?
Yeah, from that guy that does all those shows there, Flanagan or something.
What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, it's alright. The ending wasn't good, but it was good for a while.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending either. Like the ultimate reveal of what was going on with the ghosts or whatever.
Yeah, pretty lame. It didn't really deliver too much.
Good luck, Shitsu. I don't know what to click on. Finally, good. This is a little different from a regular point-and-click adventure because, like, a lot of times you're just guessing what to do.
Makes even less sense than a point-and-click one, which also makes no sense usually.
I would say modern ones don't just make no sense, but old ones are very abstract at times. Doing different steps and figures. The rest of...
I'll be right back, 1 second.
Okay, the rest of the world fading around us. Vincent Price played the original House on Haunted Hill. Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah.
You tell him, Platinum Astric. Good to see you, by the way. Yeah, that pink gum game looks really cool. When we got to the waltz, we started to turn around. Oh, look how they've reduced it to the sketches you do before you fill in the drawing. One around the other. As if we were heavenly spheres. Yeah, has he not mentioned that she's taken yet? I don't feel like it's come up in the game script, but sometimes I'm talking and I miss things. I never danced more lightly and easily. Brandy and I are not good dancers, I'm told.
What?
Didn't you say you don't like to dance?
No, I love to dance. You don't love to dance.
Okay, Brandy loves to dance. She just won't dance with me because I'm bad at it.
No.
I was maddened with joy to fly with her. He's doing sign language or something here. Hold in my arms, that kind creature. Well, someday we'll get invited to a wedding and we'll dance at it. We haven't been even one wedding together, have we?
Nope.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm back.
Losing sight of everything around me and Welcome back, Tyler. We really missed you.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
Wow, Platinum was out.
Go ahead.
Platinum was out of the country for 2 months.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Platinum, were you in the Dominican Republic? That's the happening place to be lately.
It's very popular.
It's so wonderful to see her dance.
This game was so itself that even Galadrius didn't show up tonight.
Well, Galadrius is hanging out with his mom.
Oh.
All her heart, with all her soul. Her limbs and her body are in perfect harmony when she dances.
So are mine. How about that?
Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Ah, what happened?
She turned into a man.
Ah, look. She's changing art styles. Ah. It's very interesting looking.
It's like artists or paintings or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah, I took art classes my first 2 years of college. I would have taken them at university, but I didn't need them, And I've always enjoyed it, I'm not a very good artist, but I like drawing and painting and such when I very, very rarely have the time.
I don't like it.
Aww.
My brother does. My brother got all the artistic genes in the family.
Oh, for real? Wow, look at this.
I got all the math genes.
Well, that's a good thing to be good at.
Yeah, I'd rather have math.
Let yourself go in such a way that she thinks nothing. I don't know about this particular drawing. Looks like a guy in the face.
He went to Holland, Ghana, United Arab Emirates, and Italy.
Platinum, I didn't know you were in the military.
Is he?
The other object's favorite. I don't know. I'm just guessing because that's a large number of places.
Yeah, it is.
Before her eyes.
Holland's cool. That's where my descendants are from, or my
the Dutch. Your ancestors.
Ancestors. That's the word.
Yeah. Trophy. Finish chapter 3.
Just a tech guy. Ghana is that up and coming tech capital.
Really?
I don't know. It might be.
Midnight Mass around here. Midnight Mass. Heaven Smile. That's a Netflix show. Brandy watched that one.
We were talking about House on Haunted Hill, Haunting on Hill House. Whatever.
Is it the same director?
Yeah, they're all by that Mike Flanagan guy.
Yeah, he does
one or two as well.
He loves some horror, and he's the guy who's supposed to do the Dark Tower TV series if Amazon actually makes it.
His wife is pretty. She's in the shows.
Oh, neat. Albert. May I, without being reckless, ask who Albert is? Oh, here's where he learns that she's taken.
I didn't like the ending of Haunting on Hill House. So I didn't watch Midnight Mass.
Ah.
And I heard the one in between it is even worse. I don't know about Midnight Mass, but the second one, I heard was worse.
What was it?
Bly Manor or something? Haunting of Bly Manor?
Yeah, the sequel to Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that at all.
Yeah, well, not a sequel, but yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it still a sequel when the characters are new and stuff?
I think so. But I mean, like True Blood Season 2 is different characters, but it's still True Blood, right?
True Blood Season 2 has different characters?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, not True Blood. No, True Detective, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, I guess you're right. But it has the same name, but this has a different name. So is Midnight Mass another sequel?
No, Midnight Mass is actually based on a Stephen King story or something. Uh-oh, I'm engaged. So this is where he learns that she's engaged. I was on notice.
She's laughing at him.
Did he actually say that?
She said, "It's the handsome man to which I'm engaged."
She did say it like that.
She totally did.
Uh-oh. I should have been prepared.
I heard it.
Real Bob, yo, good to see you.
Now. He got friend-zoned.
He did, even though they just had this very romantic dance. News had the same effect on me as if they were new, which is
dancing was second base back in the day.
I think you're right.
Especially if it showed her ankles.
I was troubled. I lost myself. Uh-oh. Yeah, now he's changing all these different pictures. Is that Van Gogh? I missed the figure and upset the dance. Oh, once you mentioned it. Oh, look at that. Wow. I didn't feel like myself. He doesn't look like himself either.
Nope.
The world seemed to vanish around me. Wolfie has a friend on a cruise to England. That's exciting. And here I've only been to Europe once, and Brandy's been like 30 times. This
I have not been 30 times.
Even finished. Sudden thunder caused panic and confusion.
I have been twice.
Oh. So Tyler, what do you think about Dead Island? Charlotte, the beautiful Charlotte.
I played the first one.
Rearrange the attendees. And did you like it?
I liked the first one. I remember liking it.
I only played it like a couple hours. But...
I liked it more than Dying Light, actually. Dying Light was too big and too long for me. I liked Dead Island a little better, actually.
Yeah, Dying Light is really big, isn't it? And part 2 also, as I understand.
Big. And like the traversal thing is like half the point of the game, you know, like the parkour and whatever. Yeah. But then that means they make you do that all the time instead of having fast travel, and it was really annoying.
Oh, does part 2 have fast travel? It's one of the most fearful, but I became more daring from pretending to be brave to instill it in others. I could not answer her, Wilhelm. I was so shocked. Whenever I see Wilhelm, I think of Archer. Remember the episode?
No.
The Snow Bunny episode?
Oh, where they go skiing?
Yeah, with the gendarmes and such.
I don't remember it now.
Oh, man. It's the first episode of Archer I ever saw. It's from season 2. But, like, I saw it and I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Really no. Yeah. I can't handle large amounts of Archer in a row. Like, a few episodes go a long way.
Is it because it's so cynical?
It's cynical. It's loud. It relies a lot on like the same kind of gags. So yeah, it's also like extremely crass, like crassier than it needs to be, like just for crassness sake.
I suppose that's true at times.
You are the first person that has admitted that. Thank you very much.
The ladies began to fall asleep. Well, I love the show. I can't remember what the last, like where I stopped. I think maybe after season 3 or something. I mean, I need to go back. Like, there's the episode where they're country singer. The season where they're country singers is the last one that I watched.
Yeah, I don't know. Season 3, 4-ish, right around there. Something about like an island. He got deserted to an island or something, and there's like a 3-parter. That's the last I can really remember.
That's 3 or 4, and then 5 is probably the country season. And like they mix up the premise a lot in later seasons, but from what I've read. But yeah, I just never have gotten around to watching them. As long as I see those open eyes, there is no fear that I will close mine. This guy is so smitten. Darker Player says Dying Light 1 has a Super Mario Brothers reference. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a trophy and an achievement for something about jumping on someone's head or something. I can't remember.
I said goodbye her and assured her I would see her again that same day. I have done so. From this instant, the sun, the moon, and stars can travel through their orbits without me knowing whether it's day or night. Oh gosh. The whole world has vanished before my eyes. Oh my gosh, dude, you sound like such a teenager. I mean, he's way more eloquent than a teenager, but like the extremeness of his love. What a child is man. I've heard that line before. Why do we sigh so ardently for a single look? Look at those names. Seldstadt, Andron, and I.
Like D'Artagnan and what are their names? I forgot the names of the actual musketeers.
D'Artagnan, Rochefort,
and Musketeer.
No.
I only remember
Athos,
D'Artagnan.
Porthos, and Aramis.
Yeah, that's what it was.
If you'd seen those
and
eyes.
D'Artagnan.
Yeah, a long time ago I saw a Three Musketeers movie, but it's been like I was a kid.
We're saving the
I think I read it. I don't remember if I read it all or if I read the Cliff Notes or what.
Anything's better than nothing. But yeah, I should read that someday. There's a lot of things I'd like to read. Like I've read an adaptation of Treasure Island, but I haven't read actual Treasure Island.
It's good.
Oh, but Tyler, you know how my dad doesn't speak English? I've mentioned that before, haven't I?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah, so he only speaks Spanish, right? And I was buying him some Spanish books, and I tried to order him the Spanish version of Treasure Island from Amazon.
Uh-huh.
They sent a book that it's just an English version, which is insulting. But a big size though, like it's like as big as like a notebook, you know, like unnecessarily large, so it's kind of large print. But anyway, so I chose to return it, and they didn't even make me send it back, so I just got that for free.
Yeah, they do that. They don't do that as much anymore. Was this a while ago?
Just a few weeks ago.
Oh wow.
I think it depends on the value of the item.
Yeah. Did you chat with them, or did you just go through the return system?
Just the return system.
Interesting. I've had Walmart do that for me a few times, but never Amazon. Amazon always wants my stuff back.
Aw. But you probably get more valuable things, right?
No, probably less valuable.
Huh.
Maybe just a lot lighter to ship back.
Could be that. You're right, because books are heavy.
Yeah.
The carriage drove off.
But yeah, usually I just go drop them off at UPS because they just put like all their returns in a shipment and get it shipped back as one. It's actually a pretty clever system for them.
Agreed. Yeah, I'll do UPS, the UPS store, or Kohl's. Or Kohl's does it too.
Yeah, UPS is closer to me. I would do Kohl's if I had a Kohl's closer, because I think they even give you like a coupon. They're like, hey, thanks for dropping off at Amazon. Here's a $5 coupon or something.
They do, and they're open later than UPS. So
nice. Yeah, I just don't have a Kohl's. Like the closest one's about at least 15-20 minutes away. And there's UPS just down the road.
They're a similar distance for us. Kohl's is slightly farther, but like a minute farther.
Nice. Well, you can like use that coupon on like the chocolates on the way out or something. That's what I would do.
That's fun. I hadn't thought of that.
15% off coupon, good for like a week.
Yeah, they sell arcade 1-ups, but you can't use coupons on them.
Books are. I agree, Royal Bob.
Oh, you're so wrong, Royal Bob. College textbooks for free? You mean piracy? Find comfort? Just buy them and sell them back immediately. Like, I don't know if there's much way around it, unless you can find the pirated version. As far as finding pirated versions, from what I'm told, the audiobook versions are easier to find. If those eyes look to me. But we don't endorse piracy around here, Tyler.
Nah.
You're still not yourself, look. Now
I
you
would
got
like to
it.
see
Except
look what he
Treasure
said.
Island. We do endorse that kind of piracy.
Yeah, of course. Or Muppets Treasure Island especially, where you have Tim Curry
Yes.
as a pirate.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Tim Curry's in it, and he's so good. He says, I would like for you to see how foolish I look when she is mentioned. This is basically how I look all the time.
Wow.
Particularly when I'm asked if I like her. What creature merely likes Charlotte? God, this writing is really good. No, I can see why this book caught on, because like it really just captures like the human condition in a really eloquent way. His whole heart and senses are not entirely absorbed by her. Could you think of a romance story that you enjoyed, Tyler?
Graduate.
Really?
Yeah.
Give us the quick summary of that one.
So Dustin Hoffman comes back from college, and he doesn't know what to do with his life, and everyone's telling him what to do, and then he has an affair with the mother, one of his parents' friends, the mother, and then he falls in love with the daughter of the mother.
Uh-oh.
And then I think she finds out. I don't remember, and then she goes to college.
That's complicated.
Good.
I know she loves me. Oh, look at this. The music really fits.
Crazy Stupid Love is good too. It's mostly just funny, but that's a good movie too.
Ooh. Yeah, I've always wanted to see The Graduate, because the one song from it's really famous, right?
Well, yeah, like the whole soundtrack is done by Simon and Garfunkel.
Nice. I know she loves me.
Royal Bob likes Twilight. That's a good romance.
Oh, it's the opposite of that. I heard they were thinking of doing reboot movies, which...
50 Shades of Grey, that's really a realistic good romance.
Oh my god, that's basically the same level of unrealism, I'd say.
You got to watch. You had the privilege to watch it in high school, Royal Bob. You didn't have to watch The Graduate. No one has to watch The Graduate.
Yeah, come on, that's kind of mature for high school.
A little bit. Young Dustin Hoffman's a fantastic actor, though.
Nice. Well, we're going to have to watch that sometime, aren't we, Brandy Bell?
I've seen it.
Twilight series? Yeah, I know, but together, I mean. She loves me. She's got a sword or something. Or a yardstick. Is that a yardstick? Maybe she's got to hang something on the wall. She's got to, do the measurements.
Yeah.
Is it a presumption or is it real? I mean, I'm probably going to have to... I'm going to have to come along and offer to use the stud finder for her. Stud finders are very annoying, Tyler. There's no man who could steal Charlotte's heart from me. Semicolon. And yet, when she speaks of her betrothed with so much warmth and affection... Oh, it was a movie class, Royal Bob says, in high school? Really? They watched Hitchcock, too. He didn't appreciate it at the time. That's a shame, Royal Bob. What a delicious feeling runs through my veins.
I like most Hitchcock movies I've seen.
I've only seen a couple, but yeah, I like them, too.
But here you are watching some dumb anime that only 6 people have ever seen, instead of watching classic movies.
Excuse me, but millions of people have seen her say that's right.
What was that game called where you swung? It was like a platformer, and you would swing.
Umihara Kawase.
Yeah, that one. That's what I thought it was first.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, and that character, the main character of Umihara Kawase, she guest stars in the latest Cotton game, the shoot 'em up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that was
neat.
That's
cool.
Flicked upon me. She lays her hand upon mine. My favorite movie dealing with romance is Secretary.
That movie's okay.
One of my all-time favorite movies. It really speaks to my heart for some reason.
Romance.
It's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, well, 50 Shades of Grey apparently is shamelessly inspired by it.
Yeah.
But like Secretary is believable.
It on most ways.
Don't say that. You're so wrong. It's too weak. Does God, now I can't think of the actor's name. James Spader. Does 50 Shades of Grey have James Spader? I think not.
I think the guy's name in it is James, isn't it?
It's something
wait,
gray.
Is it gray? Is it
Dorian it's gray. Yeah, it's gray after 50 Shades of Grey. Like, just because it's like fanfic level writing where they don't even hide
Yeah,
it.
well, like Grey's Anatomy too is based on the book, but really I think that's just their last name too.
Huh. I rise, I look towards the sun with all the serenity of a happy soul.
I read Picture of Dorian Gray. That's a book.
I've always wanted to read that. Did you like
it?
it?
Good. I mean, it was fine. Whenever you have to read something, it all of a sudden is like less enjoyable, you know, like with school and stuff.
Oh, look, the sun's... That time I made the sun go up. I like in school when you get to read something that has fantasy elements to it, like Dorian Gray. You know what I mean? Because like everything you read is like historical fiction.
Historical, right?
Yeah, so give me some magic and stuff like that, which Dorian Gray has.
Yeah, Dorian Gray, it's not super long either, which is nice. I don't like long books.
So I really should make the time to read it, or at least listen to the audiobook on one of our trips.
I read Gone with the Wind when I was in 5th grade.
Really? Isn't that long?
Super long. we had
rough.
we had this system where like you would read books and then you get points. You take a test, like a computer test, and you get points, and you could redeem the points for like snacks and stuff. In elementary school, it was really cool. Accelerated reader program, and it was like
the highest
book. Yeah, it was the highest book on there at the time, so I just chose I'm going to do the highest one, and then it was gigantic.
That's cool though, Tyler, that you succeeded.
Yeah, I know, it was cool.
Did you actually like the story?
It's all right. Yeah, it's cool.
I just remember as a kid, I would watch the movie with my mom sometimes, and I'd just be like super bored.
Yeah, it's long.
It's very long and obviously slow paced as an older movie. Modern me might enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen the movie.
Wow.
My mom loved
I read the million hour long book, but I can't get through the 4 hour long movie apparently.
Dang, Tyler.
No.
Well, Brandy's mom loves it, she said.
My mom loved it. I bought it for her, and I sat down to watch it with her once, because, you know, I figured that she would enjoy her present, and I should at least watch it.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and 4 hours later, she looked at me and says, with tears in her eyes, of course, "Isn't this great, Mama?" I was like, I've just wasted 4 hours of my life.
That's harsh,
and
Brandy.
I can't get them back.
See? Sometimes she's just randomly harsh with movies.
It was really bad.
Is it because so many characters die from getting thrown off a horse?
No.
That's why I'm afraid of horses, because of that movie.
Yeah, horses are scary.
Yeah, look what they did to Christopher Reeve.
Right, they killed Superman.
And that's horrible.
It was just...
But yeah, even in that one story, like 2 or 3 people died from getting thrown off a horse. It's like, that's crazy. That doesn't make me want to ride a horse ever. Which I did once. And it was scary. Anything else?
I got thrown off the horse once.
See, that's scary. That's horrible. Jeez. Bob says horse faces are scary. Oh, wait a minute. This horse scariness thing, Tyler, is that what's keeping you away from BoJack Horseman? I think we found the root of the problem.
That must be it.
So frequently.
You know, Will Arnett has never been a star for me, like a lead actor. I don't know if I can handle him as a lead actor.
He's not the
I know it's
only
just
one.
his voice.
There's a lot of famous comedians in that series.
Plus, it's super like negative
Dour.
and cynical.
Yeah, I mean it is very cynical, but like the jokes are so good. Like the funny parts. Are
I
very
would
funny.
probably like it. I like most
I think
animations.
you
I would
would.
probably like it.
I actually liked BoJack Horseman.
Nice. Yeah, we never finished watching it together.
I need to finish Big Mouth too. That's really
I'm with
funny.
her again.
Ugh.
Brandy hates that one. My
He
ex
hates
liked
Big
it.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, my kids are like, you gotta watch
What do
it,
we
you
do?
gotta
What do I
watch it, you
click
gotta
on?
watch it. And I was like, oh my god, now I'm stupider.
Good luck, guys.
No, it's
Aw.
funny.
Thanks.
There's some actual thought that goes into Big Mouth. It's not just crass for crass sake.
Thank you, Tyler.
Stupid.
Okay. Brandy wouldn't allow.
Yeah,
herself to
I
see-
love Will Arnett in Arrested Development, Bob. Like he's amazing in that.
Yeah,
but
he
he's not
is.
the star, right? Like he's a great side guy. That's what I like him as.
Okay, but you know, even in BoJack Horseman, like there's plenty of parts where it's not him. Like it's not just all BoJack. You know, it has a lot of interesting side characters, and they get their time to shine. You know, like
Yeah, I like all the Arrested Development characters too, Bob.
who's the guy from Paul? What's his name from Breaking Bad? What's his name?
The young guy.
Yeah, the young guy. What was his name?
I can't remember his name. Jesse.
Paul something. Somebody in the audience will know. But anyway, that guy, you know, he's one of the main side characters in BoJack Horseman. It plays Todd, and he gets in these wacky misadventures.
The young guy, the guy that yells. He says the bad word. He's in BoJack Horseman.
Not Paul Walker. Isn't it? God, Aaron Paul. It's Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul. Damn. Oh, I
Aaron
didn't know
Paul.
he's in BoJack Horseman. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the main characters, so you get.
I never saw Lego Batman. I should watch it.
It's okay, but it is very juvenile. Like it's like, I mean, it's not that it doesn't have good jokes, but like there is not a lot of depth there for. An
I
adult
didn't.
mind to
I
latch
didn't like
onto.
the Lego Movie as much as everyone else liked the Lego Movie. So
And this is worse than that in my
Okay.
mind. So
then maybe I'll just pass on it.
he's a good and honest young man. You probably could just like find a 10-minute clip on YouTube, and that could be your experience. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
don't need to see the whole thing necessarily.
Yeah. Plus, it does have Chris Pratt in it, and I really just like to watch anything that has Chris Pratt in it.
Is that so, Tyler?
Yes.
Have you seen Super Mario yet? Are you ever going to see it?
No, I haven't seen it. I will see it. Yeah. It'll stream on something eventually, right?
Yeah,
Probably wait
I
for
would
that.
think eventually.
I want to see that one vampire movie with Nicolas Cage looks alright.
Yeah, that looks fun.
The Dungeons and Dragons looks good. I heard that's gonna be
Yeah.
on Paramount sooner rather than later.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and everyone likes that. And you know, Peacock got Cocaine Bear just recently.
Yeah, I know. I need to watch. That's the one I need to watch too. That
We
looks so
need-
dumb but funny.
Yeah, we watched Megan, and I quite liked it. Brandy liked it okay.
I
which
heard
is
it's pretty
unusual
good.
for her. It was pretty good.
It's like isn't it? Is it really just horror? Is it kind of sci-fi, or is it just horror?
Yeah, there's sci-fi
It's more
elements.
sci-fi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say.
Kind of like
but keep
that.
keep
I
in
don't
mind
think-
that the bad
Go
stuff in Megan can only happen if all the people that work at the toy/robotics company are
make
ridiculously
the worst
negligent.
decisions.
Yeah, like they have to have like no safety protocols or like only the simplest ones, and that's how it is, you know. And it's like, so it's frustrating that the people are that dumb, but it still has cool things that make it enjoyable. But gosh, they're dumb, including the main lady character. Like, I don't like her; she's too dumb, and also she's bad with the kid and such. Although I also don't like the kid. The kid has this one outburst, and I'm like, now I hate you. And that's where I was left. Okay, I'm just filling in this picture here. You got some shapes of dogs and people. I know I've seen this painting before. They're supposed to be dumb. It's comedy. I mean, it's a little bit of a comedy. How comedic would you say it was, Brandy?
What, Megan?
Yeah.
It's like Chucky.
No.
I mean, it's clearly inspired by Chucky, but it's not the same.
Is it like Annabelle?
I can't remember if I've seen Annabelle.
I think that's just a doll too.
I think I saw Annabelle 2, but not part 1 or something. Which I must think.
I saw. What movie did I see?
This guy's so jealous.
Some sort of horror movie that wasn't the worst ever, but I can't remember what it was now.
Recently?
Have you ever seen the movie with Chris Evans and Idris Elba and that
Thor
guy?
2?
That
Thor:
guy,
The Dark World.
right? That guy from. And it has Zoe Saldana in it too. Yeah, so it has 3 Avengers in it and Negan from Walking Dead.
Oh, well, God, what is his name? Is it Jeffrey something?
Yeah, Jeffrey, Scott, Robert. It's like 3 names.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes.
Swish.
Him. The other guys, is that what it's called?
The other guys,
the other
that's
guys
just a
that
comedy.
Will Ferrell show.
Yeah, which is okay.
It's something like that. The Others or something. It's cool though. That's before Chris Evans was super famous.
Oh yeah, Royal Bob didn't like Skinamarink, which is a recent indie horror movie.
I don't know. I've heard lots of things about Beau is Afraid.
Beau is Afraid?
Yeah, it's a new A24 movie.
Oh, I have not heard of that one at all yet.
By a guy that did another weird movie.
God, they do like 12 movies a year, don't they?
They do a lot of stuff.
It's
I saw one of their movies finally.
Well, first, they make so many because they cost like $4 million to make. Like, they're really cheap, so if they do well, they make a huge profit.
Right.
But anyway, what'd you see?
I can't remember now. It wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
Well, there was Everything Everywhere All at Once, aren't
Yep,
they?
that's
Actually,
the one.
who put that out? Yeah.
That's the one.
Okay. I still say, I mean, that's still one of my all-time favorite movies.
But yeah, and A24 fans are very snobby. There's a guy that works at my box lunch that has like an A24 tattoo on his arm. It's like, wow, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, like a
That's
movie
weird.
production company, huh? That's what inspires you.
You're going to have 20th Century Fox on your arm.
Right, exactly. That's funny. But yeah, people like stand up and yell at the theater and Beau is Afraid, and we're like yelling at audience members not to clap and stuff. I don't know. It sounded weird.
It just came out?
Yeah.
Okay, gotta look into that. I still want to see that one from them Men, I think. Isn't that the one where like all the guys in the town have the same face and the lady's in trouble or whatever?
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah, it came out just sometime last year, I think. Return to Charlotte and find Albert sitting by her. This guy is so jealous of Albert. Unable to bear it, I behave like a fool. And I greet them with 1,000 gestures and extravagances. All right, Tyler, we gotta talk about ourselves here. We gotta bare our souls.
Okay.
Did you ever like somebody who didn't like you back? Wilhelm.
Me? No, everyone likes me.
Oh, you're obviously very lovable, but you never liked a girl who was taken or whatever?
Oh yeah, that happens.
How did you deal with it?
I don't know. I don't really think about that stuff.
You must have at the time.
Yeah, probably. Then I repressed it.
Did you stay friends or just just drop
not really. Yeah, it wasn't worth the effort to stay friends.
I had a girl back when a girl I met at Burger King when I was a manager there.
Mm-hmm.
She was like slightly younger than me, but not very much. But anyway, like I always had a crush on her, and she knew I did. But, she would never just be like, look, it's never happening, But also, it just wasn't happening.
Right.
So that was complicated. So anyway, that was kind of my big unrequited one, I think. There was another one that was, like, much more minor. And I remember, like, I told a friend, this second one, not the first girl. But anyway, I told this friend that I always had a crush on her. And he was like, oh, really? Because I just did... such and such with her the other day. I was like, whoa, because it was a dirty thing. It wasn't, real dirty. Or at least dirtier than just saying, oh, we made out the other day. I was just like, gee, that hurts my heart a little bit, but okay, good for you, buddy. But, like, I wasn't, like, super hung up on her, so I could handle it.
That's good.
Yeah. EastX Political, Javor says. Need to lock. Royal Bob never gets random messages from people. Yeah, is that good though, Bob? I guess in some ways. Women deal with a lot of unsolicited messages from crazy guys a lot of times.
Yes, they do.
He's also very loved and favored. Like I'm in a Facebook group where people share that, those kind of weird and rude messages and such. And I find it very interesting. It's like one of my favorite Facebook groups. Very entertaining. from where I write to you. But Brandy and I talked about that because, like, one of my interests is advice columns. You know, like I like hearing about like real relationship problems and things like that. So
don't like that.
perhaps for that reason, that
You should have been a therapist. Yeah, or a writer for Cosmopolitan.
Oh my gosh, no! Like, have made so many goofy mistakes in my life. I don't feel qualified to give people advice very often. No. By all means, if you take the trouble of loading them. I wonder how far in the game we are. We've completed chapter 6. Could somebody please look up on Steam how many chapters this is, or look it up somehow? Maybe we could get Icky or EastX Cosmopolitan coming in 2024. Javor says. Javor, Sperry, and I were talking about what a cool guy you are just yesterday when we played. Oh, I forgot to mention this in the newsletter. But so Javors was asking about Sperry earlier, actually. And he and I played Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy for like 2 or 3 hours yesterday. Tell me what happened. About 2.5 hours, I would say. Do you remember that game, Tyler?
What game?
Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy.
No.
Really? Well, it's the Dark Souls Final Fantasy game. What are you going to do? Although it's actually closer to Neo, because it's from the same developer, Team Ninja. It's not loaded. And it's very good. Like, Brandy...
Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy.
Yeah, or just Stranger of Paradise. But yeah, Brandy, Wolfblade, and I, we played the Xbox version for a few hours and had fun with it. Well, it recently came out.
Too.
It's 3-player, yeah. And you can easily play with people. It's not like Dark Souls where you have to like hope the stars align or something.
Those games are dumb. The multiplayer in those games I don't like.
Yes. Although, I mean, they made it better in part 3, but I know in 1 and 2 it was a lot of trouble to play with people.
I just would usually like shut it off. Because usually I'd just get killed by some guy and then it pisses me off.
Royal Bob, didn't we play Dark Souls 3 together once? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Good or bad? Royal Bob would like to play it. Well, okay, so Stranger of Paradise, when it came out on PC, it was Epic Store exclusive. It was a timed exclusivity deal. And, you know, like, most of us don't want to buy from Epic, or at least a lot of us don't. I know Perfect Zero and Icky like Epic. But anyway, yeah, now it's actually on Steam, so I was able to get a Steam review code, and I'm playing it on my Steam Deck, which I greatly enjoy. And Sperry is a PC player primarily, so he and I played together. That's
Nice.
my Stranger of Paradise with Sperry story. And yeah, we talked, about stream things, and Javor's came up and such.
There's too many big Dark Souls style games. I can't keep up with all of them.
Because they're long. They're not short.
Yeah,
And this
they're
Final Fantasy
long.
game is apparently... I think you can... If you rush through just the story, you can do it in like 20 hours. But like if you do everything, it's very grindy, I'm told.
Yeah, 'cause there's that Wo-Long game now too. I tried Sekiro, it was too hard for me, but I like Neo. I need to play Neo too.
Nice.
And I need to play Dark Souls 3, and I need to play Bloodborne.
Oh, you
So,
didn't
yeah,
even play
there's a
Dark
lot.
Souls 3 at all?
No, I've only played the first two. And I need to play Elden Ring. Oh, I did play Demon Souls though. The remake.
Nice. I would like to play that eventually.
It's alright.
Once
Not as good as the Dark Souls games, not even close.
That's
Well,
right,
not as good as
it's-
Dark Souls 1, not even close.
Wo-Long is a terrible title and has no
Yeah, it is.
multiplayer.
It really is.
Yeah. Full walkthrough is 2.5. Man, that's too long. That's a shame. Thank you, Icky, for checking. Yeah, so, yeah, we're not far enough that we should actually finish the game.
No.
You always exaggerate everything. Okay, well, for the record, I quite enjoy this, and I know it's not the most stream-friendly game, but it's just very beautiful and artistic, and the writing is good since it's from a book. When it is impossible to regard suicide as anything
Why
but
aren't there
weakness in man.
typos? There should be more typos.
Yeah, well, that's funny you mentioned that, Tyler. You know, I interviewed the developer of Infernax recently, which is one of my favorite games of last year. It may be my actual favorite game of last year. There's also EDF6, but it's not actually an English version, so I don't know if I should count it. And anyway, Infernax, the script, has a lot of errors in it. Missing commas and all kinds of things. And guess what? That's the guy I interviewed. So, like... And the PR person did not fix the errors. So, man, I spent over an hour just, like, fixing up what I was
Wow,
getting.
really? Did he just, like, type run-on one-sentence answers to everything and stuff?
I mean, it's not, like, literally unendingly constant, but, like, they give detailed answers. So you would have to keep, any one answer would have multiple errors in it. So it was funny to see that consistency. Sometimes the PR people do a really good job proofreading, and there's barely anything you have to fix up. Like I'll just change things for like brevity or something. I'll cut little bits out or something. But speaking of interviews, I have another interview coming up. I was going to publish it today, but those interviews, they take a while to format because of images and actual formatting things and stuff. So anyway, I've got an interview. It's almost done except for the images, and it's going to go up tomorrow. But it's for a shoot 'em up that just came out called Dogfight. Came out on PlayStation and other platforms.
Cool.
Yeah, oddly, the Xbox version is Series S and X exclusive. It's not for regular Xbox One. But the PlayStation version is a PlayStation 4 game.
Huh, that is weird.
Yeah, I wonder how it ended up that way. Maybe it was just easier to port it or something. Oh, here we go. But anyway, Dogfight is a really cool, colorful, side-scrolling shoot-'em-up that has 4-player local co-op, which is sweet to actually have 4 players, Thank you, Javors. But anyway, that interview is quite good, and they give us a lot of concept art too, which is something that I hadn't always been including in my recent interviews, but I was glad to be able to get some to use. They gave me so much that I can't use it all because it would be there'd be no screenshots, Vain do I seek for her at night. So I get to kind of pick, for instance, one screenshot is how the level is made. It's not very visually interesting, but it shows you well, this is where the enemy spawn here and here, and it's interesting from a development perspective.
That is cool.
Yeah, because you don't usually get something with that level of detail.
Yeah. Jono asked if anyone's going to play the new Star Wars game at the end of the month. I don't even know what Star Wars game is coming out.
Jono asked that? Okay, I didn't know Jono was here.
Yep, Jono's here.
Hello, Jono. I'm sorry I missed that. Oh, wow. Look at this one. That's really beautiful. Well, everybody, we've been playing Painting Werther for Steam. It is currently a Steam exclusive game. It is based on a famous German novel from 1774 called The Sorrows of Werther, I think. Isn't that the title, Tyler?
Sounds
something
right.
like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it's a story about a guy who falls in love with a beautiful woman, but she is already engaged. So he experiences unrequited love. And the fiance is a really nice guy, and so he doesn't hate him or anything. He's friends with both of them, but he has a lot of inner turmoil over that. And it's a dramatic and sad story, but I feel we're getting a lot of the actual writing from the book in the game, although it's heavily abridged, But I think it really captures those emotions very well, and also you got a lot of beautiful paintings, and I love me some pretty paintings, so that's what I like about this game. Yes, it had a plot, Javors. I mean, it was communicated well. We're not reading it very much. We didn't read very much of it out loud to you guys, but yeah, there was plot on screen.
Yeah, it's some kind of book game. It's
Yes.
Tales of the Borderlands, so it's somehow even less interactive.
Yeah, not the most highly interactive thing, but there's a lot of parts where you're filling in brush strokes on a painting or dragging something across the screen or things. But anyway, Painting Werther sells for $13 on Steam. If the idea of playing an adventure game with a lot of real life paintings appeals to you, then just buy it. And it's based on a famous novel. There's movie versions. There's stage plays. This is a really influential work, although more so in Europe. But I still really liked what I experienced. Big thanks to the developer Mad Cream Games for allowing us to do this cool stream. I hope some of you guys enjoyed it. I know some people did, I think. Tyler, thanks for co-hosting and keeping us company over here.
Yep, no problem. Happy to be here.
Heck yeah. Brandy Bell, thanks for hanging out with us.
Always.
Icky, thanks for running the contest and doing such a terrific job as you always do. Thanks to all you guys for hanging out with us, and extra special thanks to our subscribers like Mongbox, Perfect Zero, who I don't think was here tonight.
No, he was.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I just missed him. Jono and many others. You guys who financially support the stream, you are the best. Like I said in the newsletter, I had to buy a new Elgato recently. That's the kind of thing that it hurts a lot less to do because, we have $30 of income per month thanks to our subscribers, which is not that much income, but it still helps. So,
yeah. Helps fund the gato.
There you go. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. And remember, don't hate, appreciate.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, that ought to hold those little SOBs.
You sounded almost as good as when Galadrius does it.
Yeah, SOBs. Here I'll be Galadrius. This is my impression of Galadrius. I don't really like that. See, got him back. I got him back.
Galadrius, I thought you weren't going to be here tonight.
That's right. I sounded exactly like him, I'm sure.
Well, presumably he'll be back next week for golf. Maybe we can get him and Brian on mic, or at least I'll ask him.
Cool.
Yeah, he likes that series too.
Oh, does he?
Yes. Oh, so let's say goodnight to all our friends, Tyler. Who should we say goodnight to?
Good night
Everybody.
to No, and Perfect Zero, and
There's Perfect
Divorce.
Zero.